Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. So, last week we started the chapter Tuples and Dictionary, where I gave you certain introduction regarding what a tuple is. Now, these four are the contents which were discussed in the only video of last week, which was based on this chapter Tuples and Dictionary. There I discussed what are tuples to be revising the stuff. Tuples are what you can say the data type which will help you to store different kinds of values, and tuples are immutable. The only difference between list and tuple is tuples are immutable. Okay. In the prior week's video, we saw, I think, two methods by which a tuple can be created. To be very specific, let us revise. This is one method, and this is another, you can say, typecasting method by which a tuple can be created. Okay, so these are the two easy methods by which tuple can be created. That time I told you that unlike list, where we have this very special method that is append, and where we could add each element in a list one by one, there is, to be very sorry, there is no direct method by which we can add each element in a tuple one by one. But as I told you that nothing is impossible in computer science, so I think in this video we will see the solution of the same in a while. Then in the last week's video, I also told you how to access elements of a tuple. I think it is fairly understandable that traversing in list, tuple, string will remain the same. We have two kinds of traversing, forward traversing or forward indexing, where indexing starts with 0, and we have backward traversing where indexing starts from the back side with -1. And I also remember in last week's video module, I had a discussion regarding why tuples are immutable, and I also gave you an example regarding how lists are mutable and how tuples are immutable, just with a programming example. Correct. So almost the basics of a tuple are fairly simple and fairly clear to all of you. Okay, remember my golden words. If you understand list, if you know the methods of list, tuple, dictionary or any data type won't be difficult, because all the data types more or less are nearby or just like same as list, at least the working part. Okay. So in this video, I am going to address one problem that generally students are having, that what if a program is asked like this, that write a program to ask the user. Just let me write the program here. Let me write the program in idle. Write a program to ask the user number of elements needed in a tuple, and input those elements and display the tuple. So this small program will be pretty helpful in removing that one disadvantage that tuple was having, as per me, as of now. Okay, what was the disadvantage? That in list we had a method, that is append, by which we can add one by one element into the list. Okay, that was the, you can say, biggest luxury of list, that we can easily take one elements from the user, and as and when required we can keep on adding one element to the end of the list. Officially, tuple does not have any method, so this small program will be helpful in setting up the tandem of this chapter tuple, so that in future programs in this chapter, whenever it is asked that ask the user number of elements and enter those elements one by one into the tuple, you have a solution for that. I repeat, there is no direct method like it is there in list. There is no append method. We will do it logically. We will try to do it logically. Okay. Let us see what I can do. First of all, let us see the program. Write a program to ask the user number of elements needed in the tuple. So no problem. First of all, I will create a blank tuple. This is a blank tuple, and I will ask the user that how many elements would he require. Everything will be same as list, at least this working part, but we will see what variation we can make to insert one by one element inside a tuple. Obviously there is no direct method for that. Let us see. Enter number of elements, okay, needed in a tuple. Okay, and all other things will stay the same for I in range 0 comma n, and we will ask for an input. Let us say m equal to input enter number. Okay, now here is I think the variation will lie, because we all are now programmed in such a way that we used to enter like this na, t dot append, and we used to enter m, and we were very happy. At the outside we used to print that list is so and so. Okay, this is what we used to do. But this method will not be definitely applicable, because this is not a list, this is a tuple. And as I told you time and again, tuple has no inbuilt method by which it would be able to enter one by one element in inside itself. Okay, so we will go for some, what you can say, we will try to go for some cheating approach, as I called. Okay, I told you that nothing is impossible in computer science. We can do some or the other thing to make things possible. So the first thing that comes to my mind, that can I use this technique of string, that t equal to t plus m. Okay, I am not very sure, but let me check. This is how programming is done. No one is sure about what is going to happen. Fine. So I am not very sure whether it will work or not. If it works, well and good. If it does not work, we will think about some other process. Okay. So firstly, let me save the program .py. Let me save the program. Suppose I want only 4 elements in the tuple. Okay. So let me say 5. Initially, it is giving an error that tuple cannot concatenate integer. Okay. So very sorry, I am not able to work with it. I think I can try something else. Maybe this will work. Maybe. If it works, then I will explain that how it is working. Okay, let us say number of elements 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And voila, it's working. Okay, now let us explain. First of all, why this was not working, that I will explain. Suppose I want 4 elements. 1. Now why it is not working? Because after each element of a C, first of all, let us see the message. Tuple can only concatenate tuple type, not the integer type. Okay, now what is the reason? Just pay attention before I give you the actual solution. Now we know that tuple is blank. So initially, suppose the user enters 4 here. My loop will be executed 4 times. Suppose the user enters 4 here. My loop will be executed 4 times. Now suppose the first element I am entering is 1. Now t is blank. And what is t? T is a tuple. T is blank. And what is t? T is a tuple. So I am entering m as 1. Okay. Now why this error is coming, I will fairly explain to you why this error is coming. Here we are trying to join a integer with a tuple. Remember, this is a tuple, this is officially an integer. Remember, this is officially an integer. So I am trying to join integer with a tuple, which is not allowed. That is what is the meaning of this error. Can only concatenate tuple, not integer to tuple. Very simple to understand. Concatenate means join. Can only concatenate tuple, not integer. Here I am trying to join integer with a tuple, which is not allowed. I am only allowed to join tuple with a tuple. So what I thought about a simple method. Okay, chalo, let us make you can say round bracket, because round bracket is actually the symbol of tuple. So let me see if this works. Number of elements 5. 1. It is not allowing us to join. So still round brackets it is not allowing. So what I did, I put a comma, because I know m will be the first element. After comma it will go for the second element. This is some kind of cheating technique, nothing else. Okay, I want to sure whether it works. I have one more method in my mind. So if that works, we will follow that method. See, this is working. It is allowing us to enter elements in a tuple. I have one more method. I will typecast this integer to tuple. I will typecast that. Okay, if it works, then I think we can all follow this method. One, okay, it is not working. It is not working. Okay, so I think the previous method that we used is the only possible type which will be valid. That is, we will temporarily convert this, or we will convert the value of integer into a tuple by use of round bracket. And why I am using this comma? The comma indicates that there will be more elements that can be added to this. Okay, so we tried everything. I repeat, students, this is a cheat technique. Okay, this is no official method. So I tried with this. We all saw that we cannot add integer to tuple. Sorry about that. I tried only converting this into tuple by using a round bracket. I hoped so that it would work, but again you are seeing that it is not working because I am concatenating and I need to have some buffer space for other elements. So that is why I kept a comma. What is the meaning of this comma, students? That one element of the tuple is there. This comma means I am creating space for other tuple elements which is necessary. Remember, ऐसा क्यों करना पड़ रहा है? Why we are needed to do so? Because tuple is immutable. If it would have been mutable, this would have worked. If it would have been mutable, this would have worked. Okay, so because tuple is mutable, I need to instruct tuple that keeps some memory free for me. That is why this comma is given, and that is why it is only working with the comma only. Finally, I had one more option, that let us convert the integer to tuple. Okay, let us try to typecast the integer with tuple, but unfortunately that was also not working. Okay, so the only possible solution which I can feel as of now, to enter elements in a tuple one by one, just like we did for a list. Remember, this is no official method. This is the cheating or the cheat technique, or the impossible to be made possible technique, just by using this concatenation method, where we face certain challenges, but finally we are at a level that we can assure that we can add one elements in a tuple one by one, as we used to do for a list. Correct? Remember, before I end this video, officially tuple does not support addition of elements one by one with any direct method, just like append. Okay, but as I told you that nothing is impossible in computer science, so this is one possible way out of the many ways that I tried, that I am able to properly add elements one by one in a tuple. I again explain what is the meaning of this. Simply doing this integer won't work. Error is integer cannot be added to tuple. Simply making it a tuple by using round bracket is also not working, because tuple being immutable, its memory is getting exhausted if I am just using this. Its memory is getting exhausted if I am just using this. So I am making use of a comma to instruct this tuple that there can be more elements which you can expect. Then only it is working. And the final option that I tried is converting the entire thing into tuple by typecasting. That also is not working. So I think this is the only possible easiest method by which we can enter elements one by one into a tuple. Okay, please go through the video. This portion will now be a part of almost every program that you use in tuple, that you will be asked to ask elements from the user, number of elements, and you will be asked to enter one by one elements into a tuple. Okay, fine. So that would be all from my side from this video. Thank you. Please go through the program. We will meet in the next video. Thank you and have a